The impact of his landing spread over the earth as Garfield slowly straightened his back. This time, Garfield crumpled his nose not to trace a scent, but to display his fury. Clicking his neck and gritting his razor fangs, he glared straight ahead with eyes alight with wrath. In front of him was a line of 2 carriages. Garfield's murderous presence had shocked the ground dragons into a state of extreme agitation, while the driver frantically called out to calm them. For Garfield, this driver was a familiar face. "Garfield, just when I was wonderin' who it is, if it ain't Noisy Bro ha. Should've guessed. If that bastard's to pan anyone into this, it'd be you." "Otto, that statement is awfully." "Oh, never mind, I know all too well what people think of me." Garfield stuck his hands into his trouser pockets, while the driver, a troubled-looking youth with longish gray hair, Otto, gave him a wry smile. Skillfully controlling the reins, once he had managed to calm the agitated dragons, Otto let out a small sigh. "Garfield, why act like it's no big deal, but ground dragon usually pack their bags and run off when I'm serious 'bout threatenin' 'em. Otto, I had to persuade pretty hard to make sure that didn't happen, you know. And besides, I've informed them beforehand that you'd be coming." Garfield, ha! Unable to believe what he'd just heard, Garfield's ears twitched at Otto's statement. His fingers unconsciously reached for his forehead as he stepped forward, intending to ask Otto what he was trying to say. "Garfield, what's that supposed to mean? You thought I could slip out of here thanks to the chaos, and then got yourself caught when I found ya. Ain't that what happened here?" "Otto, yeah, you're exactly right. Taking advantage of chaotic situations is bread and butter for us merchants. But just when I'd been promised a handsome reward and was about to succeed without incident." Garfield. Otto buried his face in his hands, his schemes ruined. But, sensing a certain calmness in Otto's gestures and words, Garfield's confusion only deepened. This isn't the attitude of someone whose plans had just been foiled. In fact, doesn't his expression look just like Roswell's when everything was playing right into his hands? Garfield, that attitude and that fucking expression. Why look just like the fucking asshole I hate most in this world. Otto, there goes another horrible appraisal. But just for reference's sake, mind if I ask which one you're referring to? I really want to be improving our relationship from now on. Garfield, ha. Me and you? Don't make me laugh, moron. The asshole I hate most in this world is loiterin' in nicest room in sanctuary, gettin' the VIP treatment this very fucking moment. Otto, I see, must be tough, when the one you have your heart set on is falling head over heels for your love rival. I do sympathize with your plight. Garfield, why want me to force your fucking mouth shut? Why? Garfield smacked his tongue in annoyance as Otto mocked his feelings for Ram. Indeed, Garfield could have settled this with force if he wished to. This escape attempt had already failed the moment Garfield found out about it. They weren't going anywhere. But as long as they didn't try to force their way through, Garfield saw no need for any unnecessary violence. His first order of business should be settling this matter quickly and returning to the sanctuary. His priority was to preserve the sanctuary, and this was nothing but a minor distraction. Garfield, anyway, now your escape plan has failed. If that son of a bitch is here, tell him to come out. He better start apologizing for pullin' this shit, or there's gonna be pain. Garfield needed somewhere to vent his pent-up frustration. And besides, Garfield needed to know just what that youth Natsuki Subaru was thinking, pulling a stunt like this. It was only a couple of days ago when he'd boasted that he would break through the trials and liberate the sanctuary. Even if he had lost heart, it just happened way too quickly. Frankly, it'd be too much of a cop-out if that were the case. It's about time Garfield slapped him straight. Otto, unfortunately, I'm afraid I won't be able to meet that request. Garfield, ha. Otto, haven't you noticed? You said it yourself, I'm wearing the face of the man you hate the most in this world. Then surely, you don't expect me to do something that hated man wouldn't do? Garfield. Ambiguous and roundabout, Garfield couldn't understand what Otto was insinuating. But Garfield could tell that those weren't statements he could just let slide. And above all, the fact that he was wearing the same face as that man he despised, Roswell, meant that everything was going to plan. Garfield, fuck, are you plotting, oi? Otto, oh right. Speaking of that face you and I both know, I guess you can call it the I'm totally plotting something face? Otto rubbed his nose as he said this, looking like he had just done something mischievous. Garfield narrowed his eyes, and only now noticed the strangeness of this scene. There were 2 carriages, Otto, and 2 ground dragons before him. But there was no driver on the driver's platform in the rear carriage. Or rather, it was more than that. Garfield, how come, when Dragon freaked and jolted the carriages, none of the bastards inside showed their fucking faces? Otto, I wonder why that would be. Otto shrugged, playing dumb, while doing nothing to stop the pale-faced Garfield from approaching the carriages. Garfield swiftly hopped onto the back of the carriage and wrenched open the flap to the passenger deck. And, when he saw what was inside, Garfield made a deafening clench of his teeth. Otto, there's no one there, you know? Garfield, no shit. Fuck is going on. I smelled stench of a whole fucking crowd of movin' with the carriage. Sending spit flying as he stepped into the passenger deck, Garfield's sentence abruptly trailed off halfway. At his feet, strewn all over the passer deck, were piles of clothing. Countless articles, men's, women's, adults and children's, all dumped together. Meanwhile, faced with this sight, Garfield's cheeks contorted as he realized that his nose had been deceived by this remarkably simple trick.